Okay, so today what we're going to be going over is division. So in your notebooks, you are going to write the notes that I'm giving you. I can get it to focus. My autofocus is not working. All right, we'll do the best we can. So you will write these in your notebooks. We're going to do 3 examples together, and then I'm going to give you 3 to do on your own. And then you will turn your notebook in, and I will look at those 3 that you're doing on your own tomorrow. And then you're going to work on an iExcel assignment, which is H6. So looking at division, basically what you are going to look at is you're going to have a number. So the first one we're going to do is 125 and divide it by 5. Okay, so you're looking to see how many times 5 goes into 125. So you're going to have to know your multiplication facts for 5. So 5 times what will give you 1? Well, we can't multiply anything by 5 to get 1. So there's a few things you could do. In order to keep everything lined up, you could put an X above the 1 because we're not taking anything into it. Then we're going to look to see 5 times what will give us 12. Well, 5 times 2 will give us 10. So that it would take 5 times 2 is 10. You're going to subtract that from 12. So when you take 12 minus 10, you are left with 2. Okay. Then you have to bring your next number straight down. So now we're looking to see 5 times what gets us close to 25. And again, going through your multiplication facts for 5, 5 times 5 would give you 25. And then you're going to subtract and you get 0. So 5 goes into 125 25 times. Okay. Moving on to our next example, number 2. If we take 252 and we divide it by 9, all right? Looking to see 9 times what gives us 2. Well, there's nothing that we can multiply 9 by to get 2. So now we're looking at 25. So 9 times what gives us 25, and that would be times 2. Okay, then you have to take 9 times 2, which is 18, and subtract that from 25. Can't take 5 minus 8, so we're going to borrow. 15 minus 8 would give you 7. Then you bring down your 2. 9 times what gives you 72? So if you go through your facts for 9, 9 times 8 gives you 72. So then when you subtract, you're left with nothing. So 9 goes into 252 28 times. Okay, and you can pause this video. That way you can keep up with writing all these examples down. Next example we'll do together. Taking 116 and dividing it by 8. Okay, so we're trying to see how many times will 8 go into 116. 8 does not go into 1. So 8 goes into 11 one time. 8 times 1 gives you 8. So then we have to subtract. 11 minus 8 would give you 3. And then you bring down your 6. 8 times what gets us close to 36? Well, 8 times 4 gives us 32, so that's as close as we can get. So you're going to subtract 32, and you're left with a 4. Now, since we have a remainder, what we are going to do is add a decimal point and a 0, and then you bring that decimal point straight up into your answer. So now we can bring this 0 all the way down. 8 times what gets us close to 40? And 8 times 5.
You have an item in student services. Eliseo Cornejo, you have an item in student services.
8 times 5 would give you 40. And then when you subtract, you get 0. So 8 goes into 116, 14 and 5/10 times. Okay. So now what you're going to do in your notebook on your own is 3 problems by yourself. Okay, and I will set those up for you. So number 4, you're going to take 174, divide it by 6. For number 5, you're going to take 182, divide it by 7. And for number 6, you're going to take 345 and divide it by 6. Okay. When you are done with those 3, you will turn your notebook into the sub, and then I want you working on an IXL assignment, and you are going to work on H5. And I would like for you to try to at least get it to a score of 80 or above. And then after that, when you get those 3 done and your notebook turned into the sub and you've worked on IXL H5, if you get all of that finished, then you can work on any assignment you need to work on for any of your classes. And I will see you tomorrow on Thursday.